Hello, welcome back to Young's Crossing Creations. Today I'm going to do a few different things and put it all together for a video for you. So let's get started. This is the 1 month update on our hydroponic garden. Quite a change. Lots and lots of blooms on the tomatoes. And on the bell peppers, I can see tiny little blooms popping up in there. They've really grown. Let's see them there. And these are our jalapenos, which some were barely just sticking up out of the clay balls. And they have taken off as well. Someone asked if the bees could get in here, and I guess they could through the wire, but we just never noticed them do so. And so for pollinating, we have those long Q-tips, the ones with the wooden stick handle. I'll show you doing it one day. I didn't bring one out. But what we'll do is we'll go to each little bloom and we'll put the, kind of rub the Q-tip in there and go from each one to each one. And that helps pollinate. Or we have done this. It's kind of windy today, so it's a good thing. Sometimes if you do like this, that will help pollinate as well. But we found the Q-tip is the best. Anyway, I just thought I would show you. I was also going to show you a clip of some uninvited visitors we had the other day. I'll stick that in right here before we carry on with the video. We had 4 inches of rain, 4.5 inches of rain yesterday and the night before. Everything's so pretty and clean looking. First of all, I have 5 grandkids, and I'm so blessed that they all live near and attend the same schools. But a couple years ago, when my 2 oldest grandkids graduated, I gave them this for a gift. It's something I had worked on. And it's a scrapbook. If I could ever learn to use my silhouette device, Cameo, I could put their name on the front. This one is my oldest grandson's. I had my daughter bring it when they came Easter. I won't show the pictures up close, but this is a couple of his senior pictures, and I put his name and freshman through senior years. Then I picked, when the picture would appear in the paper, I would be sure and clip it out, and I cut it out, and on the back I'd be sure and try to write the date, but lots of times I failed to do so. Then we had an amazing photographer that would take the kids' pictures, and so I took those and put them in here, and then here he is in the paper again, and here it has his name, all tournament pictures, and here he is dunking. This is his basketball pictures and stuff. And this was the night of the graduation, when the seniors all throw their hats in the air. So anyway, I waited way too late to start this, and I had to scramble at the end. Time flew much quicker than I anticipated. I was so behind. But I'm going to do it for my other 3 grandkids. And I'm starting them when they're freshmen. Well, and I got this scrapbook on Amazon, and it comes with pins and the little tabs to hold the photos down. And then there's a little card that you can put in there, and I wrote that for him. Did the same for my granddaughter. I wish I had hers here to share too. So I decided I'm not going to let it get away from me. I hope this year. So my other granddaughter, I already got her book here. And I got this tub. This is just a Dollar Tree tub that I started putting things in. Since I just have one this time instead of two grandkids graduating. She's not graduating, she's a freshman. But since I only have her to work on for a while, it's going to be easier. But in a couple years, my other two, which are twins, they will be freshmen, and I'll have to continue to finish hers while I work on theirs. So anyway, she's in basketball as well. And so I've started cutting out, keeping articles in the paper. And anything that mentions her. She's also a lifter. And I've got results of her lifting. Did very well for a freshman. Got those. And I've got some of the basketball, like here, the handouts that they get at the game, which naturally has their name in it and all that. And I've started working on her pictures. This is her and my son, her daddy, and her. We still had the same great photographer. And this is my husband and I and her. This is her and her mom and dad. There she is, beautiful girl. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that with these pictures, putting them in the book. Here was a big book of a tournament they had. I won't put the whole thing in it, but I'm saving it. And here's another Hoop Fest they had. And this one did not come with the markers. I went on Amazon, and where it says to order again, I hit the very same thing. But it does have the picture tabs. I almost got a different type of scrapbook this time, but I thought, no, I like them all to be the same. And say those picture tabs. And I'm going to definitely get her name put on this one, then I'll add it to the others. But anyway, I've got this whole book to fill up, and you know what? It'll be full before you know it. Well, I was going to show you the pens that came with them, but like I said, this one didn't come with them, and I think I sent the pens home with the kids when I gave them their books in case they wanted to add something. But I found this acrylic painter marker. It says marks on anything, and it's water-based. And I noticed that it marks fine. So I need to buy me some more of these. There. So until I get the actual markers, I won't start on this, but I'm so proud that at least I have started to accumulate things already. The pictures, that's a big thing because It's so hard to scramble at the end, go through your phone and find the pictures. So that's how I make memory books for my grandkids when they're in high school. And when I had my daughter guns out the other day, she said, I think he appreciates this gift more now than when he got it. He was able to appreciate it more. And that made me feel good. So anyway, that was my first thing I was going to share with you. I shared with you a while back how I'm learning to love using my clothesline again. And I had a bucket I'd carry out there every time to hang my clothes up with my clothespins in it. And I was going to make me an apron, the kind they used to put on to put their pins in, which I probably will again decide to do that at some point. But a good friend of mine had an estate sale. Her mom had passed, and she had this in there, and it's what you hang on the clothesline with your clothespins in it. It even had some clothespins in it, but I decided I'm going to use this. I just love it, and I would keep it this way, but I've got all that extra fabric, that ticking fabric, so why not use it with this? So I'm going to carefully rip out the seams of this. Then I'm going to put in a new. I'm going to pour out the clothespins, and I was able to unhook it here. So it should go around. Guess I'll have to take this off too. Get my pliers. Yay! Okay. Now I can take it all the way off. This is so old and rotten. Okay. Yay, I got it off. So I'm going to turn it inside out. This is remnants left over from my chair cushions. So I'm going to carefully rip out these seams. There's an old safety pin in there where someone tried to repair it. See if I can get that out. Goodness, it just actually would just tear right out. The fabric was so rotten, it was easy just to kind of tear it loose. I hope everybody got rain if they needed it. We sure enjoyed it. My ferns, I got them out on the clothesline in time. I'm thinking about clotheslines because I'm doing this. I got them out on the swing set in time, and they got a good drenching. They weighed a ton when I went to hang them back on the porch yesterday evening. This is a hem gauge, and it comes in handy when, like now, I want to see how much room they had, the pocket part of it, to slide over the wire. And it looks like it's about 1 inch thick. but then I'll have to put a little extra to allow, I'm going to sew it under first, and then you'll see. When you look at it this way, you can see this was sewn here, and then it had this underturn. I'm going to do the sides of the bag first. Using my hem gauge and allowing for the 1 inch that's turned under, I think I need to start a total of 3 inches down, sewing this together. So starting down is 3 inches. And I'm just using 3/8 seam allowance this time. Now I've got it sewed down except for this top 3 inches, because I'm going to have a slit for the wire to go through. So I'm just going to press this seam allowance. Okay, I got it pressed down. I even pressed down the part I haven't sewn yet, because I'm going to turn it twice. By twice over, I mean I'm just turning it under here and then over like so. I'll sew these right on the edge. Now I'm going to sew it under just a smidge all the way around the top, so I won't have a raw edge when I go to turn it for real. Well, I'll go ahead and turn this under 1 inch all the way around. Now I just have to sew this hem up all the way around. And I'm going to have to put another slit on this side for the other, like this. I'll just think about it as I go. On theirs, they just cut a little divot right here. I guess I could do that. I guess I will. I hate to do it. Okay. Oh, I hope I didn't do it too much. I just cut a little divot. I don't like doing that, but had to be done. Okay, now I'm going to sew the bottom seam. I'm going to do it about 4/8 of an inch seam allowance. I think I'm going to turn around and go back over it again. So it'll be a nice sturdy bottom. Okay. Now I'm wondering if I can do box pleats like I did on my cushions on this, small ones. I may try it. I'm going to open it up and see. I won't cut these real short. It works. So do the other side. Now, before I cut those corners, I'm going to check. Yes, I think it will do. So I'm going to cut my corners. And we'll see what we have. Now, let's see how this worked out. Well, I hope. Yay. I can hook this back together. And there I have it. This I can just slip over the clothesline, and I have my clothespins. And there we go. So that's all I have for you today on Young's Crossing Creations. I'd appreciate if you'd hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Bye.